percentage plus 2. Okay. Before moving ahead, here we do some simple calculation. Okay. So when we simplify 100%, and if we have to write 100% in the form of fraction, then we will write 100 upon 100. Okay. So 1 is the simplest form of 100%, right? If we have to write 10% in the fraction form, then we will write 10 upon 100, or in the simplest form, we will write 0.1. Okay. 1%, 1 upon 1000, 0.0, sorry, not 1 upon 1000, it is 1 upon 100, 0.1. 0.1% is what? It is 1000 in the fraction form, and in the simplest form, decimal form, it is like this. Okay. So with the help of this calculation, if we can calculate this type of percentage and can convert this type of percentage in the form of the fraction, okay, or in the decimal form, so we can simply learn application of percentage. Okay. So here we consider a number, right? Consider a number. We can take any number, like if I take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, no problem. So 100% of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what? 100% of a number is the number itself. So the answer is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. If I ask what is 10% of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 10% of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10%. Remember one thing, that here when we calculate 10%, we wrote 10 upon 100, and in the decimal form, what we did? We simply put a decimal from the right side of a number, of the number. Okay. 1, we just put a decimal one place from the right side. Okay, here. Exactly, we are doing the same thing. We just put 3, 4, 5, 6.7. 10%, 1 digit. Okay. If it is 1%, 1%, 2 digit. It means we will write 3, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7. Okay. 0.1% of this number, nothing but we can do this. Okay, clear? So with this application, let's do example, of course. Okay, let's solve this question. 20% of 7,213 is what? Okay, so in the previous class, I told you that 20% is nothing but 1 by 5. Okay, so with the help of that fraction block, we can simply uh, calculate this. Okay, we can simply calculate this. Six. Okay, but it is a method. It is the method we have learned in the previous class. But with this, with the help of this concept, this application, how can we solve this question? Just see this. We can write 10% of 7,213 is what? 10% of 7,213 is what? It is nothing but 721.3. Okay, clear? But it is not 10%, it is 20%. It is 20%. So just multiply this number with 2. It is nothing but 144.6. Okay. Let's take another example. Just do one thing. When I write the question, pause the video and try to solve this question yourself. Okay. Once you done with the question, just check your answer, just tally the answer. If it is not correct, then please reattempt these questions, because these are very simple basic questions, and if once you get the concept correctly, then you will be master of percentage. Okay, so if we have to find 3% of what 7 to 7 to 1. So what can I do? I don't know 3%. What should I do? If the long process, if we go through the basic method, like if we write 3 by 100, 3%, 3 by 100 into 7,213, it's a lengthy process. Forget this. Just try to solve this question with the help of this application. Okay. So if we write 1% of 7,213, then it will be 7 to 1.13, 72.13, right? 72.13, a decimal before 2 digit, a decimal before 2 digit from the right side of the number. Always remember this. Right side from the number, 2 digits. But it is not 1% here, it is 3%. So just multiply with 3. Just multiply with 3. It will be 216.39 answer. Okay. One more example. 0.4% of 7213. Now go with the application. Just do one thing. 0.1% of 7213. What will be the answer? 7.213. But remember one more thing, that it is not 0.1%, it is 0.4%. And we have taken what? 0.1%. So we have to multiply with 4. We have to multiply with 4. 4. Right? So what will be the answer? 28.816. 81, not what, 816. It will be right. So moving further, moving ahead, just note, it is important. This sentence is very important. X% of Y is the same as Y% of X. This sentence is very helpful, and with the help of this sentence you can solve a bigger multiplication, bigger simplification within 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Okay. So how can we use this sentence while solving questions of percentage? Let's take an example. If we have to calculate 56% of 875. Okay. So in the first glance, we see that 56 by 100 into 875 is a method, is a basic method to solve this question, right? But what should I do here? What can I do that I can solve this question within 20 seconds? Because on the D-Day, what we face difficulties when we go for examination, the time limitation. Okay, we have to solve approx 30 to 40 questions, 50 questions within limited time frame. So there in the examination hall, our temperament is not like when we are sitting and studying in our home. Okay, so we have to prepare like if I'm sitting in the examination hall, how can I control my temperament? How can I control myself, and without doing mistake, how can I solve my questions correctly, right? So always try to save some time if I can. Here we see that it will be very lengthy if I solve this question with this method. So try to figure out another method. How can I solve this? X% of y is the same as y% of the x, right? So just write this with the help of this sentence, like 70% of 56. Any problem? Any problem? No problem. Because if it is x and if it is y, then I'm just reversing it. Now 875 is x and 56 is y. Okay. So 875 here, it's 75%. And if you remember the building blocks, fraction as a building blocks, then you can remember that 1 by 8 is what? That 1 by 8 is what? 12.5. Okay. And if I multiply this 1 by 8 with 7, what will I get? I'll get 875. Any problem? Any problem? Easily. Okay. Without any confusion, I got like this 87.5%. Okay. But here is confusion. That it is 875%. It is not 87.5%. Okay. It is not 87.5%. Right. But if I write this, and now I have to write this. What should I do? To make this calculation neutral? Because I have already put, if I put 10 in the denominator, then what should I do to make this calculation neutral? Just multiply with 10. Is it? It will give us 870.5% into 56. Right? So 87.5% is what? 7 by 8. It is 7 by 8 into 56. So the answer is what? 40. But it is 56. 6. 19. If you get what I have taught you, that in the next examples, just try to solve the question yourself. %68 of 75. It is what? you can simply write 75% of 68, no problem. 75% is what? 3 by 4 into 68. Just do 51. Answer. Next example. 67.5% of 2,560. This question is good. Try to solve your own. Just pause the video. Okay. And I'm solving this. Here, if I go with this application, with this method, if I write this, I don't think that it will be helpful. I don't think that it will be helpful, right? So just forget that matter and try to figure out that is it possible to find 67.5% with the help of what we have already remembered in the first class, with the help of fraction as a building blocks. Fraction as building blocks. So how can I get if I just subtract 7.5 from 75%, then can I get 67.5? Can I get 67.5? Obvious. Without any further calculation, we can write it like this. So 75% is what? 3 by 4. Then 7.5% is what? 40. Okay, because there is a decimal, there is a decimal before the unit place digit. Okay. It is nothing but okay. So if you have learned something from this class, try to solve these examples your own, and if you are still getting some difficulties while solving these examples, then just write in the comment section. Okay, and I will arrange another class to just elaborate more about this topic, this point, right? So till now it is. So now in the next class, I will teach some more new concept of percentage. Okay, bye.